Michael Reynolds was a man who had everything, or so it appeared the world. At 45, he was the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the country. His face often appeared on the covers of business magazines. His name spoken in boardrooms with respect, sometimes with envy. His penthouse overlooked the skyline. His cars were the latest models, and his wealth was measured in billions. Yet, on that quiet autumn afternoon, as golden leaves drifted across the park paths, Michael sat alone on a wooden bench, staring at nothing. For the first time in years, he wasn't surrounded by assistants, reporters, or shareholders. Just silence. It had been exactly 1 year since his wife Claire had passed away. Cancer had taken her in the span of 8 cruel months, leaving Michael with nothing but an empty house and a heart that refused to heal. Work had become his escape, his shield. But grief, no matter how deeply buried, always found a way back. Today, it had followed him here. Michael leaned forward, resting his face in his hands. For all his power and wealth, he couldn't bring back the one thing that mattered most. He had closed his heart, distanced himself from friends, even neglected his only daughter, who now studied abroad. He was a man admired by millions, but known by none. And then, "Mister, you look sad." The small, clear voice broke through a storm of thoughts. Michael lifted his head, blinking. In front of him stood a little girl, no older than 6. She wore a lavender coat, her brown curls spilling from beneath a knitted hat. In her arms, she hugged a teddy bear with one button eye and frayed ears. Michael straightened, startled. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you there." The girl tilted her head, examining him with innocent seriousness. "You have the same eyes my mommy had when she cried. Sad eyes." Michael felt his throat tighten. A child's honesty was sharper than any truth spoken by adults. He tried to smile, but it faltered. "I suppose you're right." The girl stepped closer. "You can take my teddy," she said suddenly, holding out the stuffed bear with both hands. "He helps me when I'm sad. His name is Oliver. He's magic." Michael blinked in surprise. "Your teddy bear?" "Yes," she said firmly. "You need him more than me right now." The CEO of a multi-billion-dollar empire sat frozen, staring at the warm bear offered by tiny hands. For a moment, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This little stranger was willing to give away her most precious friend simply because she had seen pain in his eyes. "I can't take Oliver," Michael said gently. "He belongs to you." The girl shook her head. "Then we can share him. Mommy says sharing makes hearts lighter." She climbed up onto the bench beside him, setting Oliver carefully between them. Michael let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. "What's your name?" he asked softly. "Lily," she replied. "I'm 6.5. "Well, Lily," Michael said, "thank you for your kindness." Lily swung her legs back and forth. "Why are you sad?" The question pierced through him like an arrow. He hesitated and used being vulnerable. But something in her gaze, the pure, unguarded innocence, made him answer. "My wife died," he whispered, "a year ago today." Lily's little face softened. "That's very sad. Did you love her?" "With all my heart," Michael said, his voice breaking for the first time in months. "Then she's still with you," Lily said with childlike certainty. "Because love doesn't go away. It just hides inside your heart. That's what my grandma says since my daddy went to heaven." Michael's eyes widened. "Your father?" She nodded. "He was a firefighter. He's an angel now. Mommy says sometimes the people we love watch us from the sky." For the first time in years, tears spilled down Michael's cheeks. He covered his face with his hands, overwhelmed by the wisdom of a 6-year-old. Lily leaned closer, placing Oliver gently in his lap. "See? Teddy helps." Michael hugged the teddy bear awkwardly, then more tightly, as if holding on to something far greater than fabric and stuffing. For a moment, he felt the crushing weight of grief lift ever so slightly. "Thank you, Lily," he whispered, his voice trembling. "You don't know how much this means." She smiled brightly. "Yes, I do. Sad hearts need hugs. Teddy knows that." Just then, a woman approached, the girl's mother, watching carefully from a distance. She had kind eyes and a tired smile. I hope Lily isn't bothering you, she said apologetically. Michael shook his head quickly. Not at all. In fact, she's been more help than anyone I've spoken to in a long time. The woman smiled knowingly. She has that effect on people. Lily hugged Oliver tightly before handing him back to Michael one last time. Promise me you'll remember, mister. Love never goes away. Michael crouched down to her level, his expensive suit brushing against the leaves. I promise, Lily. Thank you for reminding me. As Lily and her mother walked away, Lily turned and shouted, Don't forget to smile, Mr. So. Michael froze. He hadn't told her who he was. He hadn't mentioned his name. But children had a way of knowing things adults never understood. For a long while after they left, Michael remained on the bench, Oliver's warmth lingering in his arms. He thought about Claire. He thought about his daughter, who was growing up without his presence. And he thought about Lily's words, love never goes away. That night, for the first time in months, Michael picked up the phone and called his daughter. His voice cracked as he said, I miss you, and I love you. Over the following weeks, something shifted inside him. He began to slow down, to listen more, to notice the people around him. He started a charitable foundation in Claire's name, one focused on supporting children who had lost parents, children like Lily. And though he never saw Lily again, he kept a small teddy bear on his office desk. Not Oliver, but one very much like him. A reminder that no matter how powerful or wealthy a person became, the truest healing came not from money, but from love freely given. Sometimes, the most profound wisdom didn't come from boardrooms or business schools, but from the unguarded kindness of a child willing to share a teddy bear with a stranger in the park.